Day 26 in the month of October. Study from the book of Proverbs. Chapter 26 verse 1 to 28. New King James Version. Verse 1. As snow in summer and rain in harvest, so honor is not fitting for a fool. Just as unexpected snow in summer disrupts normal life, or rain during the harvest season damages crops, giving honor to someone who doesn't understand its value only brings disappointment and chaos. Wisdom is necessary to handle honor. A person who isn't ready for respect often misuses it, leading to confusion or harm to others. Verse 2. Like a flitting sparrow, like a flying swallow, so a curse without cause shall not alight. Imagine a bird flapping around without purpose, unable to land. Similarly, an undeserved curse doesn't settle on its intended target. Groundless accusations or unfair insults do not ultimately affect a person's life. We can take comfort that without real cause, negativity from others won't prosper. Verse 3. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the fool's back. Just as animals need guidance or correction, so too does a foolish person who refuses to listen. A stubborn person may only change when faced with consequences. Wisdom listens to instruction, rather than waiting for consequences to change us. We can seek counsel and adjust our actions early. Verses 4 to 5. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you also be like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes. Picture two scenarios in one. You ignore the insults of a foolish person, avoiding a pointless argument. In the other, you tactfully respond, exposing their folly without sinking to their level. Discernment is key. Not every remark requires a response. However, sometimes a wise answer can help correct a misunderstanding without letting the fool feel wise. Verse 6. He who sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. Imagine hiring a careless person to deliver an important message. The result is chaos and potential loss because the fool mishandles the task. Be mindful of whom you trust with important responsibilities. Entrusting things to unreliable people leads to needless trouble. Verse 7. Like the legs of the lame that hang limp is a proverb in the mouth of fools. A proverb is like a tool meant to bring insight, but in the mouth of a fool, it's as ineffective as paralyzed legs. Understanding wisdom requires a humble heart and respect for truth. If we lack this, even wise words lose their value. Verse 8. Like one who binds a stone in a sling is he who gives honor to a fool. Binding a stone in a sling makes it useless and dangerous. Similarly, giving honor to someone who doesn't value it brings harm rather than benefit. Not everyone is prepared for respect or responsibility. We should recognize maturity before granting authority. Verse 9. Like a thorn that goes into the hand of a drunkard is a proverb in the mouth of fools. A thorn doesn't hurt a drunkard the same way, as their senses are dulled. A proverb given to a fool is also wasted because they don't grasp its importance. Wisdom is valuable only when we are alert and ready to receive it. Verse 10. The great God who formed everything gives the fool his hire and the transgressor his wages. Just as everyone eventually reaps what they sow, a fool receives consequences from their actions. Trust in God's justice. Fools and wrongdoers may seem to prosper for a time, but ultimately everyone faces the outcomes of their choices. Verse 11. As a dog returns to his own vomit, so a fool repeats his folly. Just as a dog goes back to what it should avoid, a fool repeats mistakes instead of learning from them. Growth requires letting go of past mistakes. We are called to learn and avoid what caused us harm before. Verses 13 to 16. The lazy person. The lazy man says, there is a lion in the road. A fierce lion is in the streets. The lazy person finds excuses to avoid work, often exaggerating obstacles. Self-discipline can help us overcome fear or avoidance. As a door turns on its hinges, so does the lazy man on his bed. Just as a door moves but goes nowhere, the lazy person wastes time. Goals require action. Avoiding meaningful effort only leads to regret. Verse 17. He who passes by and meddles in a quarrel Not his own is like one who takes a dog by the ears. Grabbing a dog by its ears invites trouble. Similarly, getting involved in others' arguments brings unnecessary problems. Not every issue requires our involvement. Avoiding interference often brings peace. Verses 18 to 19. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death, is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, "I was only joking." Hurtful jokes can cause real damage, like weapons in the hands of a madman. Words have power. Jokes that harm or deceive bring real consequences. Verses 20 to 22. Where there is no wood, the fire goes out. And where there is no talebearer, strife ceases. Without fuel, fire dies. Similarly, without gossip, conflict fades. Guarding our speech creates harmony. Words that spread peace extinguish conflict. Verse 27. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it, and he who rolls a stone will have it roll back on him. Plotting harm often backfires, bringing trouble to the plotter. Pursuing justice and honesty is far better than setting traps. Verse 28. A lying tongue hates those who are crushed by it, and a fluttering mouth works ruin. Falsehoods hurt relationships, and insincere praise misleads people. Integrity builds trust, while deception brings loss. Choosing truth shows respect for others. In summary, Proverbs 26 gives us valuable insights into the characteristics of wisdom and foolishness, encouraging us to walk in humility, avoid laziness, and seek wise counsel. Each verse serves as a reminder of the consequences of foolish actions and the peace that wisdom brings. May the good Lord bless His word in our hearts and help us to be doers of His word. In Jesus' mighty name, Amen. Kindly subscribe and turn on post notification for more prayers and Bible reading. God bless you.